Hello, thank you for joining us for Minutes for Glory. What are you defined by? When you think of yourself, what do you think of? A lot of times if we're not careful, we can look at ourselves and define ourselves by our mistakes or the things that we've done wrong or shame. It's interesting. What ultimately will define us is what we overcome. Jesus had a message to the church at Smyrna in the book of the Revelation. In Revelation chapter 2, verse 8, and to the angel of the church in Smyrna write, the first and the last, who was dead and has come to life, says this. This is Jesus speaking. Who was dead, who has come to life. Verse 9, I know your tribulation and your poverty, but you are rich, and the blasphemy by which those who say they are Jews and are not, but a synagogue of Satan. Do not fear what you're about to suffer. Behold, the devil is about to cast some of you into prison, so that you will be tested and will have tribulation for 10 days. Be faithful unto death, and I will give you the crown of life. He who has an ear, let him hear what the Spirit says to the churches. He who overcomes will not be hurt by the second death. He tells us who is telling us this. He tells us who is speaking. He who was dead and is alive again. He says, I know your tribulation. He's talking to the church of Smyrna. And how chilling would it be to get this message in verse 10? Do not fear what you're about to suffer. That would be amazing. And the first thing I would do if I got that message from Jesus would be to be afraid. Do not fear for what you are about to suffer. In verse 10, behold, the devil is about to cast some of you into prison, so that you will be tested and will have tribulation for 10 days. Be faithful unto death, and I will give you a crown of life. He tells them, you're about to suffer hardship, but be faithful and I'll give you a crown of life. And then in verse 11, he who has an ear to hear, let him hear what the Spirit says to the churches. He who overcomes will not be hurt by the second death. He tells us here, he who overcomes. Now, you may define yourself by your mistakes. You may define yourself by your shame. You may define yourself by all kinds of different things. But I want you to change that. I want you to change that to defining yourself by what you have overcome. You may have all kinds of history, all kinds of past, all kinds of tragedy. But you're still here. He who overcomes will not be hurt by the second death. I want you to be overcomer. I want us all to be overcomers. I want us to come to the knowledge that Jesus is the Christ, and that through Jesus, through him who was dead and has come to life, through Jesus Christ, we can have everlasting life. Through Jesus Christ, we can overcome every difficulty in this world, and we can be overcomers. What are you today? What are you defined by? I want you to be defined by Jesus. I want every single part of your history to be what you have overcome. And I want you to day by day struggle to overcome every difficulty until you meet Jesus Christ in the air. Thank you for joining us for Minutes for Glory. Have a good day and God bless. Bye-bye.